mean, Tyrann Mathieu has had for what it's worth, he had a fantastic career here in period, man. He's starting off from out of New Orleans. He was able to do some stuff, and it was pretty much what it is and how it was. Fantastic career, definitely a Hall of Famer in my estimations. Y'all remember he came out and said, a lot of people believe that he was going to be a problem, but he kind of changed things around in his life and played for 12 years in the NFL, won a championship with the Chiefs. And in my opinion, he's going to go into the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. All right. So with his impact gone, where did the Saints pivot to? We know that the black and gold was having some issues when Tyrann Mathieu kind of decided to do what he did and leave. What's the next move for the Saints, right? What was the replacement? So anyway, the replacement was pretty fast, right? The New Orleans Saints went right to it. And Mickey Loomis said that. This is from Saints Wire. It didn't take long for the Saints to find Tyrann Mathieu's replacement, right? The Saints front office is acting rather quickly after Tyrann Mathieu's retirement announcement. According to Fowler of ESPN, the team was to sign former Colts safety Julian Blackmon, a versatile player with a knack for taking away the ball. 20 minutes later, Ian Rappaport reported that the Saints reached a deal and are signing Blackmon. Blackmon, just 26 years of age, coming off his best seasons with the Colts. Over the last 2 years, he amassed more than 170 tackles and picked off 7 passes. He's the former college corner. Blackmon brings excellent pattern recognition when patrolling the deep portion of the field and has the athleticism to match up with the tight ends and slot receivers in the box. Now the Saints have finalized the deal. Blackmon will step into the secondary field with young talent alongside of Justin Reed. Players like Jordan Howden and Jonas Sanker are both competing for playing time, and Blackmon's veteran presence could prove invaluable to a group that just lost a key leader in Mathieu. A quick, decisive move by the team's front office could help the secondary competitive moving forward, to keep them competitive. But that's the thing. The reality is, fam, listen, this is a solid signing. I was looking at Justin Simmons as a potential guy to kind of step in there and be the guy. But we'll see how it all goes. And you got to compliment the Saints for moving fast to make this happen, because this is the start of training camp, and you want to get the guy in there and get it going. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this all goes. What's the length of contract on Julian Blackmon? I would love to know that too. I'm going to have to see if I can find those particulars and see what the actual contract is. A 1-year deal that they agreed to with him. I don't see the particulars of what it's supposed to be, but having the Saints to pick him up and bring him here is going to be interesting. And like I said, man, it's a good move. Like I said, I was looking for somebody a little bit more experience, but if you look at some of the tapes, and I was kind of looking at some highlights on Blackmon, man, and Blackmon could play, man. He's a good tackler. He does have a degree of speed. He got a chip on his shoulder. He's a 3rd-round pick out of Utah in 2020. So he's been in the league for 4 years. But this is the thing about Blackmon. The Saints bringing him in here. We already talked about the 86 combined tackles, the 3 picks, fighting through that shoulder issue that he had. He recorded 7 interceptions over the past 2 years, picking off just 3 passes in his first 3 seasons. 3rd-round pick out of Utah 2020. Blackmon is yet to play a full season due to injury, but the 16 games he appeared in last year marked a career high. Blackmon tore his ACL in 2019's Pac-12 title game, tore his Achilles during the practice session. In his second NFL season back in 21, in 66 games played, Blackmon has recorded 300 combined tackles, 21 pass defense, and 10 picks. In New Orleans, Blackmon joins the safety room, like I talked about, along with Reed and Sanker, and it's going to be interesting to see just how could this player help. So I watched him play, and when healthy, he looks like he's a physical player, man. Very physical player. I just, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You can see 24 stats right here, 62 solos, 3 picks, 4 pass defense. Very respectable numbers for a safety. And of course, let me get the full screen with this, man, because this is a new member of the New Orleans Saints secondary. This is not just anybody. This guy's going to start in Tyron's position. So, I mean, and like I said, this will be his, 6th year in the NFL. And more than likely, it's a prove-it deal, 1 year prove-it deal for the Saints that they're bringing in here. 66 games, right? The last 2 years, very productive with the Colts. 88 total tackles, 86 total tackles in 24. He had a half a sack. He did have 4 picks in 23, 3 in 24. So the guy is a productive guy. Could he flourish in the Saints system? We shall see if that will indeed be the case. Blackmon. So Blackmon comes in for replacing Tyrann Mathieu, and ultimately we shall see how it will be. Now remember, he's 6 feet tall. He's 6 feet tall and 205 pounds, 6 years in experience. And he's 26 years of age. So this guy's in his prime. And like I said, it's going to be an interesting process. But I was watching tape on Blackmon. And let me tell you something, bro. Dude can play on tape, man. He flashes and flies all around the field. He ain't scared to stick his nose in there. If it's a play he needs to make, the guy we'll see. We'll see what he can do. But on tape, it looks pretty decent. All right. Anyway, Tyrann Mathieu, salute to that brother. He's gone. Salute and welcome to the team for Mr. Julian Blackmon coming on to the team to compete with the black and gold in the secondary. Because that's one of the things a lot of the family members say, hey, Q, what we going to do at the safety spot? Are we going to go back and revisit bringing in Justin Simmons? I knew that could have been something the Saints already had somebody in mind. And really, when that happens, you turn to your defensive coordinator and say, hey, man, who do you want right here? You have an opportunity to add a guy to your defense who you think that can be the guy, who could be the guy for you. And you got to think about it. And Coach Staley says, man, let's go look at this guy. I think he will fit the system. So you have now this, in my estimation, kind of changes things. Let's put the brakes on right now and put the car in park and kind of talk about this particular situation. The Saints have 2 new safeties back there. It's not the same like if you had Tyrann Mathieu. Okay, Tyrann, even though he's been here for a while, it's still a new system that he coming into, right? It's a new system. So we got new safeties in the back end of the defense now. Justin Reed, Julian Blackmon, both physical safeties, but both guys are intelligent. We got a set of new safeties now, right? So that's going to be interesting. I don't know the particulars, but I'm pretty sure that Julian Blackmon deal probably a 1 year prove-it deal at 26. Jonas Saker and Jordan Howden is the future of the safety position. Eventually, those guys will learn behind and play. Eventually, if something were to happen. But the secondary looks different. You got Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor, Isaac Yiadom is thrown in there too. We're going to see how it works. How it works, because Quincy Riley is another guy. Ugo Amadi is also thrown in there as well. This rendition has Alontae Taylor at the nickel position. A lot of people feel like that's where he'll play. Saints could benefit by having another vet nickel to come here. We'll see how it all plays, man. But this is going to be interesting. Even though Tyrann Mathieu been here with the Saints for more than for a couple of years, more than a couple of years now. Now it turns toward the new scheme, the new system, the new fit. Now the Saints have new safeties back there, and Staley's defense kind of have a different feel. When you look back there, you don't see Tyrann Mathieu say, okay, listen, guys, we're going to steady the run. Julian Blackmon and Justin Reed, that's something different. Potentially, these guys can be good. But the defense, man, my goodness. The defense is looking pretty looking